it is confirmed one Mr. Bernie Sanders, independent senator from Vermont, or I should say former independent senator from Vermont, will be going to the place where danger awaits him. I love that line. It's from Marvin Gaye's soundtrack. Marvin Gaye goes into this kind of deep meditative thing where he's blocked and then he looks at the world around him and he sees the chaos and he comes up with one of the greatest albums ever. But yeah, there's that particular line. Goes to the place where danger awaits him. I think it's fit. In this case, he's going to Fox News. One of the other times that Bernie Sanders went to Fox News, there was this kind of iconic back and forth with Bret Baier. And I'll give you the details on this in a moment, but I kind of want to make a point. Take a look at this. Let's see. Let's blow this up.
All people. I believe that
this is a question. A question on healthcare came up. And, you know, Fox News doesn't believe in this thing that people should get health care if the society evolves to the point where the society can provide health care. That cash matters more. I find that somewhat of a despicable, repugnant point of view, but nevertheless, it's Fox News. They're working on behalf of a particular 1%, and those are the points of view that they have. This is the same audience where the people said if a person was dying on the street, you should let him die, and the people screamed out, yes! If I'm not mistaken, they were asking Ron Paul. So they asked socialists, Bernie Sanders, whether or not people should get health care. Listen to Bernie's answer to this. I love this answer. This became somewhat of an iconic back and forth, giving you this idea on who won Mr. Independent Senator from Vermont, who's now being a Democrat, Bernie Sanders represents, and what he is.
I happen to believe, and I know not everybody agrees with me, I believe that health care is a right of all people. I believe that there is something wrong when we are spending...
Excuse me, where did that right come from in your mind?
Being a human being. Being a human being. And what I believe, Brett, you may disagree with me, I believe that if she is poor and you are rich, she is entitled to the same quality health care that you have because she's a human being.
I believe that too. I believe an unreal thing shouldn't necessarily hold complete sway over whether or not over real things. And in this case, this idea that this person has more because society has saw fit to ensure that that person ends up more, and this person doesn't, then it's okay for the person who doesn't to essentially just die on the street. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. And if you could see the people who are nodding behind Sanders, that Fox News audience didn't buy it either. Just to give you details on this, but I kind of want to make a point about this will be different this time. Fox News will host a town hall with Bernie Sanders. Senator Bernie Sanders will participate in a town hall hosted by Fox News later this month, the network announced on Wednesday. The town hall is slated for April 15th in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and will focus on the economy, jobs, President Donald Trump, Oh, right here. President Donald Trump won the traditionally Democratic-leaning state in 2016. Fox News special report Bret Baier and Stories Martha McCallum will moderate the event. The announcement that Fox News will host Sanders received some backlash. Ian Millister, a columnist with the liberal news site Think Progress, tweeted in a link to the release, "What the fuck is Bernie doing?" What do you mean, what is he doing? He knows exactly what he's doing. He's going into the lion's den. There's a reason he's going into the lion's den. If you can go to somewhere like Fox News and know that they're going to be against you, ideologically, completely against you, and you're confident and able to deal with the questions that these guys put up, meaning you're going into a Republican stronghold in a state that the Republicans took from the Democratic Party after like 30, 40 years, and you're going to make your case. You're Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders, and you're going into the capitalist stronghold, and you're going to make your argument in the midst of the lion's den, or in this case, the fox den. If you can stand your ground, what does it say about one independent senator who's now a Democrat, Bernie Sanders, if with the worst questioning of people who don't want him to prosper, don't want him to succeed, and at the end of the day want to some degree cut him down, because cutting him down also goes after people like Ocasio and all of these other people who are far to the left within the Democratic Party itself. If he can go there, into the dangerous area, stand his ground, hold his shape, and come out looking awesome. That is a leap forward. Bernie Sanders is trying to reach audiences that he wouldn't necessarily reach under normal circumstances. He knows exactly what he's doing. The other cowardly Democrats who don't necessarily have this kind of strength in ideology maybe wouldn't necessarily fare as well in a situation like this, but this person will. I think Bernie Sanders is going to come out this looking amazing. That said, this is not going to be the same interview that he had prior. In the race between Clinton and Sanders, Fox News wanted to do everything he could to bolster Sanders in order to make Clinton look bad, because the assumption was that Clinton was going to win. Fox News may call itself a news network, but it's a propaganda arm and it has a point of view like every other news network, just like MSNBC, just like CNN. Now, CNN is slightly different because CNN is supposed to be the moderator between the two, but ultimately we're just talking about very slight degree of political flexibility within what we're talking about. But yeah, he's going there for reasons. And just one other point, just to show one last, I guess, release on this. This and this. Fox News channel to host a town hall with 2020 presidential candidate Senator Bernie Sanders on Monday, April 15th. They've teased this idea that there may be more of these in the future. The DNC turned down doing debates with Fox News because of his affiliation with Donald Trump, and they thought that they would try to kneecap him. But that's the point, right? If you can make your point, if you can make your position felt, and if you can win an argument that's going to take place, because an argument is going to take place because these guys are ideologically opposed to one another, but if you can be there, make your case, and win that argument, God, that gets you a leg forward or a leg up. They wanted Sanders to win in the last one. This is not necessarily something they want Sanders to win in. And I suspect that in this, it's not going to be the cozy, relatively easy interview that he had prior. I suspect that these guys will be sharks in this Fox Den. It's a tortured analogy because you're seeing sharks on water, on land. But you get my point. This is not necessarily going to be an easy town hall. By the same token, if he comes out of this looking good, it is an amazing thing. From a political standpoint, it makes all the sense in the world if you can think you can master what is going to take place. So, Bernie Sanders is going to have a town hall April 15th. I am going to be there. And being there, I just mean in my house watching it as it takes place. So, this is short. This one is just straightforward to the point. I'll leave it here. Thanks all. And I'll see you guys in a few. I'm going to be up. I have an interview with Door at 7. And until then, I'm probably going to be doing shows. So I'll see you guys in a few. If you guys enjoy the content, you find yourself coming back here often, please feel free to share the content, like the content. And if you really dig it, consider supporting. PayPal or Patreon. Thanks all. I'll see you shortly. And we're